Hey everybody, welcome back, hopefully. So Celtic Tarot Sheila and I tried to do a live and she's having computer issues. We tried it on her channel, we tried it through Zoom, we couldn't get it to work. So she and I are rescheduling. We're going to reschedule to November 11th. So stay tuned. We'll do that. And she's like, one way or another, I'm going to get it to work. Either fixing whatever the problem is or buying a new computer. So you can't hear me? Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Really? Okay. Can you hear me now? Edward, don't do that to me. I'm very technologically challenged. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're killing me. Hold on. I'm going to show everybody's comments here. Okay. Oh, you got me, man. Okay. So if you missed it, Celtic Tarot Sheila and I are rescheduled. We're gonna try this again on November 11th. That was as soon as we could coordinate our calendars again. So stay tuned for that. But we will try this again. For now, you just get me. Sorry. We're just going to go ahead and move forward since I promised you a live. And then at 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern, and wherever you are in between, I will be going live on Marina from Heart Centered Tarot on her channel with Cleo the Seer. We're going to be doing Golden Girls Coffee Clutch. So I'll do this until I need to hop off and then join Marina. Sorry, blah, blah. Anyway, oh my goodness. Thanks for hanging with me, you guys. Got about half of the people back. So we'll get it. Well, how's everybody doing? Also, just want to kind of my schedule coming up might be a little bit dicey. My daughter-in-law is in full preeclampsia and very early, so not a good thing. So we're kind of waiting. If she goes into labor, then there's that obviously, and I'll go to visit her whenever I can. And then my dad is also has a surgery coming up. So between everybody's medical stuff, I'll be coming on as often as I can, but there might not be as much during the week just because of balancing everything. And I work a full-time job. So anywho, but glad you guys are back. Thank you so much. Well, on that note, since it's just me and we're doing a live, we'll go ahead and move forward. I had all these questions for Sheila all prepped, so I was feeling like, look at my list of things. So I'll save this for later. Here's something is F45 and the GOP are threatening to cut any kind of funding and SNAP benefits and all that for like at least 25 blue states. So for not capitulating to the GOP for the shutdown. So, oh, good. Just getting ready to shut your work laptop down. Good job. Let go of that work. Yeah, at work we've been, sorry, I got a fuzzy in my eye. Ow, we've been moving also, which I think I told you guys about the other day. That is not a fun thing. I do not like moving. So moving from a pretty large store to a temporary space while I renovate our existing space. We're hopping to a temporary space for a few months, and it's a much smaller store. So very cozy. Limits what we can offer too, which is, so we'll see. Hello from Australia. So glad you caught me live. Yay. Paper filing. Best kind of background noise you can have. Welcome. Thank you. 79 Jen. Okay, well, then on that note, since let's see what else has happened. Sorry, got cat fuzz in my eyeballs. Everywhere, cat fuzz or dog fuzz, always getting somewhere. The Ninth Circuit Court went ahead and overruled the judge on not allowing the National Guard to come into Oregon. So we've challenged that to wanting all of, instead of just 3 of the judges, we want like all 11. California just did that and they declined to rule, which is, pardon my French, but very chicken shit. So, and they had like 11 of the judges with strong dissent of, but they're just declining to rule because I think they don't want to be targeted by he who shall not be named. So we're trying that in Oregon, is my understanding, to try to get the attention of all of the Ninth Circuit to see if they will rule. But the big question coming up is, when the National Guard gets deployed, are they actually going to stand up for the citizens? And then did you hear what Chicago is doing? They set up a whole thing to investigate all the illegal deeds of ICE and give people directive, and he's telling everybody to record it and save it for when they can take them to court and all that kind of stuff. So I really, really feel like it's going to get down to the states standing up to federal. And until the police and until the National Guard protect the citizens and stand up against the federal troops, that's what I think it's going to take. The question is it going to happen? Oh, we'll see. So let's find out, actually. Let me ask the doubts and rods. Is that ultimately what's going to need to happen, is the states are going to have to stand up to federal? Yep. That's what they're saying. Is that going to happen? Yes. Yep. Fairly soon, like before the end of the year. Yes and yes. So it's coming. It's coming. Thing is we need all of the governors to get on board, and we need absolute directive with all of the police departments and the National Guard troops that this is your duty. Your duty is to protect the citizens. And if these guys are doing illegal deeds and literally kidnapping and beating and no due process and ripping people out of cars and straight up kidnapping them out of their homes, all of this stuff, that's all illegal. Then, are they going to stand in and protect the citizens? That is a question. Yeah, Skyfire, I don't know, soon, it says. I think it's coming to a head. So I'm waiting to see if the Oregon governor makes that statement. So we'll see. Pritzker already has kind of made the statement. We'll see who jumps on. We've got to have, I think, Pritzker and Kotek from Oregon and Newsom from California. At the very least, those 3 need to start it, and then get the other states to jump on board and say, we are a republic and states' rights are absolutely a thing. Funny that, Republicans, because you were pretty hot on that trail forever, and now all of a sudden you're not. That's curious. So, but let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see if let's do I'm going to do a poll on now that tensions are rising. Is it becoming more and more? What is the energy around state versus federal? So we can do timing. We can ask on timing of anything. However, keep in mind, timing is a quirky beast because humans have free will. So we can say the current energy says it should happen, whatever it is, it should happen here or this time or that time. However, if somebody makes a different decision, that could alter the timing. So keep that in mind whenever you guys ask when. That's why it's so hard to pin down, whether or not it's when does he take a dirt nap? When do the states finally stand up to federal? When is the shutdown going to be over? Whenever we ask that question and we get an answer, it's reading the energy of that moment. So we can keep asking and seeing if it changes. But every time somebody makes their own free will decision, it's like dominoes. It affects everything else out and around it. So just keep that in mind, that you can ask when, but it may or may not happen, at the way that it's initially read. Skyfire, yeah, I saw that earlier, that your child keeps hearing F-45 screaming in pain in her ears all day. I would have her ask, first of all, you don't know if that's good spirit or if that's a trickster spirit. So have her do her protection. We've talked about this. And make sure that she's protected, that only spirits from the light are allowed to access her energy, and that she is protected by her guides and her angels. And then, and if it's not a true light energy that is feeding her that message, that it needs to go away, period. End of story, full stop. Like, can be no ambiguity whatsoever, because it could be a trickster spirit. If it is an actual message, and I would have her go through her guides and ask for the actual message, what does it mean? And get clarification on that. Is this just symbolic, or is this a snapshot in time? That kind of thing. So you always want to be careful with that stuff. You don't, and especially her being young, before you guys start dabbling into the spirit world, know how to protect yourself. All right. So don't start playing with things that you don't know how to work with. And that's why you want to be careful, especially with children. So be careful with that. Okay. Hey, Cookie, how you doing? Good to see you. All right. Well, okay. So let's read on the energy of states standing up against federal. See what the cards have to say. And then I'm going to pull a hard truth on F-45. see what he gets, just because it's fun. Energy of states standing up against federal. Oh, interesting. Makes so much sense. Wow. So we've talked about narcissists before, and how they are, when they feel backed into a corner, they will take everybody down in their wake. Everyone. So just keep that in mind. So the core card that comes out is, we've got this guy right here. So he always looks like JD to me. Doesn't he? Kind of got that trying to be a big man beard. Anyway, 7 of Wands. So he's trying to, the whole regime is trying to stand their ground. And, even though they've got all this stuff coming at them, they're trying to stand your ground. If you haven't noticed, he keeps making references all of a sudden lately about how you're trying to bring about the stolen election of, 2020, all that, right? It's only recently he started bringing that back up again a lot. And so I think he knows that election interference information is getting ready to come out against him. And so he's trying to preempt that if he can get his base riled up, then they're not going to believe anything that Election Truth Alliance comes out with. So that tells me there's information coming out soon. with that. Well, we know they've gone to court with several states, Pennsylvania, New York, Florida, Ohio, North Carolina, so, but anyway, there's so much coming at them right now that they're trying to stand their ground, and they're absolute, and he's just going to be, yammering gibberish, which he usually does. Crossing that, Two of Wands. His regime and everybody that makes up his regime has some decisions to make. They need to decide on which path forward they want to take. They can choose a path and take the good exit now, or they can choose the rough exit later, because there will be justice. It's coming. So you can try to stand your ground all you want, but you better, all rats leave a sinking ship. And if you have an inkling that you need to leave the ship, now might be a good time, because justice is coming. This is the foundation of the whole reading. So moving in the past is Five of Pentacles. So this is right now, there's a lot of talk about people being in need. They're talking about cutting SNAP benefits for all the Democratic states, all the blue states. They're talking about cutting health insurance, or raising rates like super high, all this stuff. So, and inflation is up. I mean, everything is going the wrong direction, right? So there's a lot of people struggling right now. And it's about the haves and the have-nots. That's what this card is like, the have and have-nots, right? The haves, fives are always, conflict, and they're kind of about the have-nots. But there's a lot of people in need right now. And we just kind of have to wait and see this through. Unfortunately, it's like out of our control of what we can do. And crowning the whole thing they're a bunch of thieves. They're a bunch of thieves. So they, there's Sheila. She's calling me. Hold on. Let's go with Sheila. Just a second. Hey, I'm live on my show and I have you on speaker.
Oh, well, I figured out what's going on. I'm so sorry.
Why? What's going on?
My computer was, because of the updates, it connected to my earbuds. That's the reason why I couldn't hear you.
Well, do you want to join on in?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, I'll send you an invite. Hold on a second.
All right.
Bye. So Sheila's going to be joining us. Yay. All right, hold on. Let me invite Sheila. Let me do that real quick so she can slide in here. 1 second. We love technology, don't we? It's so fun. Okay, hold on. All right. Okay. We'll wait for her to join on in and I'll finish my reading. So yeah, the thieves are crowning it. They're all a bunch of thieves. They have money for jets and for properties and to send to other countries and all of that, but we can't take care of our people, can we? Internally, there's so much conflict in this country going on right now. People are not having it. And then externally, Page of Wands. They're people, they have no idea what they're doing. They're just following orders from F45 or the Project 2025 people. But this is the grand new plan to take over the country. And they still fully intend on doing it. The hopes and fears is people are waiting for them to fall. Sorry. They're waiting for them to fall. They're waiting for the dirt nap. They're waiting for the legal justification. They're waiting for the states to fight back. All of these things, because once that happens, we'll feel like, oh, thank God, all of the stress of everything, like our country has our back, right? So that's the Three of Cups, the hopes and fears. The hope is that our country's going to have our back. Our fear is that we're hosed, and if we don't get a handle on this, our country's done. So that's hopes and fears. The final outcome, though, is we're going to be We just want our country back. I will say, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's not going to come back the same way. It's not. So it will come back, but it can't. We have to make it better, right? There are a lot of cracks in the system, and we've found a lot of them because F-45 has bullied his way right through all of it. So we will get our country back, but it'll be better because we're going to make it better. So hold on, let me see what's going on with Sheila. 1 second. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Sheila. 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 I'm telling her I sent you the link. Oh, there she is. Oh, good. I was just texting you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yay!
But I'm on my phone. I gave up. I was like, I restarted my computer and everything, and now it's back to the slow.
Oh God. Now you're
Oh, where did I go? Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
Am I here?
Yeah.
Are you not? Oh no. Are you there? Are we here?
We're here. We're here.
I just lost audio again with you.
Turn off your hold on. Look at the Bluetooth on your phone.
Just a second. I can't believe I just lost audio again with you.
Read your message.
Look at your Bluetooth on your phone. Yep. I agree. Hang on. Stupid, ridiculous bullcrap, man. Okay. Now I turn that off. I don't know how to get back to you. Here we go. Am I back?
No.
Am I back?
Oh, now you are. Oh, what? Nope. And you're gone. I know. Break out your sage. Seriously. Okay, hold on. And she's back again. Can you hear me? Yay!
There's so much drama around me. I don't know. I don't know how I keep friends. I don't know how to do it.
I can't, people.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, it's not even about that. It's in technology. I am so not a technology wizard. So I am the last person to, I don't know. People do this stuff. I don't even know.
I don't even know either. I'm so sorry, everybody. It's just,
it happens. It's all good.
Everybody needs a pet Gemini in their life just to keep things going.
That's so funny because I was going to bring that up. I'm sure probably, most people know you, but in case anybody doesn't, this is Celtic Tarot Sheila. So if I will...
I actually do have a channel that
subscribe to her channel. I'll put your link back in the description because I didn't think you were going to be here, so then I took it out. So now I'll add it back in.
Oh, don't worry about that. Yeah, all they have to do is just look on YouTube for Celtic Tarot Sheila, and I'll show up somewhere. I'm sure of it. Yeah. So
well, and it's funny because one of the things I was going to bring up is that well, first of all, I love and adore you because I love your heart is just, I can feel the love energy in you, but also I freaking love your Celtic sass, woman.
Thank you.
Love it. And I have an affinity for Geminis because my youngest son is a Gemini, and y'all are a quirky bunch, but I love you.
Yeah, we are. We have some things going on that nobody even knows, and we always get surprised when somebody realizes it. We're like, oh no, they saw that.
It's like, cause yeah, I'm like, he always keeps me on my son always keeps me on my toes, but it's like, but it's really, Geminis are fascinating creatures.
Well, thank you. Yeah. As you can tell, she's using fascinating instead of exciting or wonderful. She's using
so amazing.
I'm just teasing you. But anyways,
Well, I'm an
yeah.
Aries, so you either love me or hate me. So there's that.
There is that. There's that. I with Aries, a lot of times I'll become friends with them, but my quirkiness absolutely puts them to bonkers. So you like take Gemini's in very short
Yeah.
sentences, and then you're okay with us. It's the truth.
Because I've learned to embrace the Gemini because of my son. And so at first when he was little, it was like, oh my God, are we both going to survive this? I don't
Right?
know.
Exactly.
And then we did. And now it's like, he's one of my best buddies. I love him.
Yeah.
Well, now that he's grown, so
So what are we doing on your channel? What are we doing?
Well, I had a bunch of questions for you, just so people that aren't familiar with you can kind of get to know you a little bit. If that's okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might
So,
as
and I did a reading while you were working on your end. I did a full card spread on the energy of if the states are going to start fighting back against federal, because I feel like that's going to be needed. Unless it gets to that, I feel like we're going to be just slowly spiraling
Well,
down.
our states don't have to send money to the government. So what are they going to do?
Right. Well, they're trying to cut off any funding, like for disaster funding and
Well,
all
that's
that.
good because the only so here's the deal. Here's the reality of that. California, they can be self-sustainable. Colorado, very self-sustainable. So we cut off funding that we don't give to the government and we keep it here in state. We take care of ourselves.
because we help fund the red states in the
Correct.
South.
So
So
the red states can't do that.
right.
They can keep their money, but they're still not going to be self-sufficient and self-funding because
Nope.
they have to add, the government has to add to their surplus. So that's the huge difference so what there's that one aspect of it.
Yeah.
California, didn't he just sign a deal with somebody? Something or other, trade or something.
Well, so California, Oregon, Washington, and Hawaii are all working together because we're all a port, right?
Correct.
So we have we're working together to put together our own healthcare system, which is cool because we're tired of your BS.
Yep.
And
That's
also we're working on our own trade agreements because we can trade with Mexico, Canada, China, whoever we want because we're a seaport. So, because I'm in Oregon, and for those of you who don't know, and so we're working on our own thing, and because states have autonomy, so we're
exactly.
Which,
That's what I think that's
Republicans thought that was a good thing.
I mean, if we could literally give the Republicans, a portion. I want all of our Democrats that are in red states to come over, right? I want them out. I really do. I want them all out of each and every red state there is, them and family. Let's go. And then shove all of the Republicans that are in blue states all back. Because, the one thing I don't like about the Republicans that live in blue states, they enjoy all the benefits of a blue state.
I know.
And have the freaking nerve to complain about it.
It drives me crazy because I literally work at smack in the middle of downtown Portland. That. I am right in the middle. You cannot get more central than where I am. And I have people, so Oregon is a blue state, but really it's like we're a blue dot in a red state because you go outside Portland metro area and it's all Farmville and they're all Republican, whatever, which I still have yet to figure out why farmers are Republican because they literally do nothing for them. So especially with not F-45.
Guns.
But regardless, anyway,
it's the guns.
Well, yes. I mean,
it's the guns. Yeah, literally.
I tell you what, as a woman who lives alone, if you make it past my dog, to me, you're also one.
Yeah, I agree. They think that Democrats don't hold gun power. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, what? I know many who have personal protection, but anyway, no, we just don't. There's no need for a machine gun.
It's not our personality.
You don't need a weapon of war. You can go hunting. If you need an AK to go deer hunting, you suck as a hunter and need a new hobby.
That's so true.
I mean, I'm sorry, but you just
Oh, that's so
obliterated
bad.
any
I
meaning.
agree.
So
I
that's
agree.
not what it's about. That's, it's just that I want, and they're being petulant children. So
I agree. Oh, they're so. Anyways, yeah, you. Anyways, we were on to something, and I derailed what you were gonna say.
we're gonna bounce all over.
Woo! Hang on just a minute. I think I'm ready to go to the big screen. If you're
Oh,
ready,
okay, sure. Oh
hang on
God, are you
just a
sure?
yeah. Hang on just a second. Oh wait, it's got to think for a while. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll just do our thing. So yeah, so I want to know, because for those of you who don't know, probably most of you do, but in case you don't, if you're not familiar with Sheila, she does remote views.
Oh, I do.
I have a question for you though. I've been dying to ask you.
Yeah.
So I know, like, you'll go into the energy of something and you'll do your remote view. Can you pick different moments in time? So can you
Oh,
go back to, like, when Lincoln was president, or back to, like, caveman days, or any of that?
I've never tried.
That would be fascinating.
That would be fascinating. I've never tried. Do you want to go ahead and put that up? I'm in the queue.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Well, let me remove this one and then I'll add the other one. Hold on. Hey. Now I can't hear you. Now I can't hear you. Hold on. Are you there? Oh my God. I'm going back. I'm going back to the other one. Let's just move forward with
I'm
what we
over
got.
it. Yeah, I'm not messing with nothing else no more.
Yeah. We've given it the old college try.
We have. It's over.
But I was thinking about
I
that.
just
Like,
literally
I wonder if you can pick a moment in time and
I
not
don't know.
just
I have never tried. I have never said let's pick a place or go back to, because when I do a remote view,
Mhm.
right? Some of the remote views are like if you're right in the room with them and you can see what they're
Right.
saying. I don't do that part.
Mhm.
My remote views go up, not out. So mine are up in the Akashic records and telling me what the spirit has to say. But
So if
I've
you're up
never,
there, you could go to
yeah,
wherever you
the
want.
Akashic records have all the information. Now maybe I could, while I'm in there, ask, can you give me some backstory? Or can you show me, there was one remote view that I did. It was about the ancient earth. So I'm lying here. So I guess I did do
Ooh.
one that had that. And went into the energy of the ancient earth, and it kind of took me down each layers, and I was like going into the middle of the earth, and it would go layer and layers, and you could just see how everything was done. All of a sudden there was a layer of faces, and I was like, what is that? It's just a huge layer of faces, like human faces. So as if I'm, gliding through the air, and I kind of glide over there to see what it is. And I looked at the layer with all the faces, and I touched it. And as I touched it, the information was that each and every human being imprints on the
Oh,
earth.
and that makes sense.
Yes, it was an imprint. Yeah. So even in that whole thing, I was like, imprint. No wonder we have, stories of the afterlife, or the ghost,
Right.
if you will, or we can still talk to our ancestors. It's the
Right.
imprinting.
Oh my God.
And that's what makes our souls connected to this earth, was the imprinting of that layer. And it just showed me just a great big, huge layer, and it was
It
all
gives me chills.
faces.
I love that. Oh,
Chills,
wow.
yeah, chills. There's
Yeah.
a lot of peace. So yeah, so I have gone into a little bit of stuff like that, but I've never like directed it to do that. So maybe,
I would want, if I could put in a request, I would love to see something around like caveman times.
yeah,
And or
yeah.
maybe I don't know, but around
Well,
caveman
see, my
times.
see my psyche and my information on here, and here's everybody keeps on telling me I need to write a book, and maybe I do. I have a feeling that this is just small story. I have a feeling that when our planets, like the human planets that was out there from our ancestors a long, long time ago, our planet was dying, and they
Mhm.
said that we have to save ourselves. So they shot off three space rockets or whatever, or full of people. You
Mhm.
go that way, you go that way, and you go that way,
Mhm.
right? And one of the spaceships with people or humans or aliens or whatever was on that, and they made it to Earth. Now we had this elaborate, they had advanced technology. They did all of this, but they died out because they couldn't live long enough onto this Earth. So then when we died out, whatever was left, they started to procreate, and they had to literally start over because our technology they couldn't do. They
Right.
couldn't handle it. They had to literally, like fire, they had to deal with the elements because of these people couldn't survive on it. My hair is like crazy right now. I don't know why. But anyways, that's like that big, huge technology, smart people kind of showed up on the earth. They died out, which left the cavemen, whatever, to fend for themselves, and that's the reason why humans had to literally start over. That's the reason why it doesn't make any sense for some having advanced technology and some of
Right.
them didn't.
Right.
They can prove all of this, and it's like intermixed, and everything. The timeline is just crazy and not understanding. So that's kind of what my idea is of all the stuff that has happened and how we got here and stuff like that. But none of that's provable. It's just something I've had in my mind.
I would also love to see you connect with President Lincoln, especially now. And I say that for some reason. So when I was, it was yesterday, I did a live, and somebody asked about, the East Wing and all that, and I'm like, oh, the spirits are not happy because he's unearthing all of that. And then President Lincoln came through and was like, like he is not happy with that. And I'm like, he would be an interesting one to connect with, and
Yeah, they
really,
all have the energy of that is probably why he's destroying the White House, is because he's sick and tired of the ghost pounding on him.
so he's a vampire, man. He gets energy off of the darkness he creates, the chaos he creates.
Yep.
He gets off on that. So
Yep.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
So if I was gonna connect, and Lincoln, he's not a talker, for one. Lincoln really isn't a talker. He
Yeah,
he like when he says something, he doesn't put any extra words in there. Like when he says sit down, he's gonna say sit down. He wouldn't say, could you please come over here and sit down? He would just say sit down.
have a seat.
So he's a plain talker, which I love.
Hmm.
Good God, a ghost that talks, forever to get to the point would drive me absolutely batty. But but that's the impression I get
Hmm.
from Lincoln. And if there's any visuals that I have been getting since you have been talking, he's Trump is literally getting batted around. Is the only word I can come up with. He's getting batted. Like they're batting him.
Good.
Agreed. As I said, it's probably why he wants to tear that portion down. Maybe there was something in that side. There's
It's
something in the
also it's also the side where the women stay or the first lady stays. So I mean, if he's going to destroy any part of the building, it's going to be one where women are. So,
yeah, the women, yeah.
I was thinking about that too. It's like because he didn't get the official permits or
No,
permission to do
no.
this, and splitting the narcissist splitting hairs of, well, that was, I only needed permission for construction. This is demolition.
Yeah, demolition is different.
Yeah, supposedly, and so I don't need permission. Well, I mean, so that's what he does with women. Is he
He
doesn't ask
does.
permission; he just takes.
He
So,
does. And I hate to tell you this too, and I know I feel this. Lincoln doesn't listen to women either.
over.
Lincoln
Well,
had
for the
zero
time, yeah,
respect. He had slaves. He owned
yes,
slaves. He
yeah.
had zero respect for women. Women were to wear a certain thing,
Hmm.
and things like that. He wasn't a hateful person, but women would not have.
That was
been a
standard for that time, though.
value, yeah, of
Yeah.
to him. So when we're talking to people from back then, it's hard to get in sometimes because they still have those blinders on and those blank spots. Yeah.
So, did you know that I've connected with Sitting Bull?
Ooh, he was
He came to me.
wow.
I know, which is weird. I'm like,
Yeah.
I remember, like, is this Sitting Bull?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so now, when I'll do, like, sometimes I'm not, at least at this point, able to do it like you can, where you can just sit down and remote view, like, on the spot. I have to go into like a whole meditative state and focus on the energy of something or someone, and then I'll start getting information. And he'll come in sometimes and give me information, but it's always from the Native American perspective, which is
Yeah.
interesting. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and he was like, at least whenever he comes to me, he's very it's like a warm big hug. Like, he's really, I don't know, he's a lovely energy, at least to me he is. So
Because he wasn't polluted.
yeah, yeah,
Native people were not polluted by white people.
right.
They were destructive, and they did do what they did, but
Sure.
prior to any white people showing up, they were not polluted by any of this
That makes
garbage
sense.
that
Yeah,
white people brought over on the ships, right? That was just
yeah,
garbage thinking. And
yeah.
they were pure. They figured it out. I'm very connected to the native culture here, especially here. I pray with them, all that good stuff. So
Mhm. Yeah.
natives, they connected with it. I mean, a tree was important. They liberated grass. They called them, everything was important until a white man told them that they are superior and that they are below this, and that confused them. They had no concept of the pollution of white people. So it would absolutely make sense that
Thank
he
you,
would.
Foggy.
Oh, he would sit with
Hmm.
you and create a wonderful relationship with you. Do you have to go? You said you had to go do something else. Not yet? We're good?
I have another 10 to 15 minutes, so we're okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was my big question for you, though, because is if you could go back in time, or since you're in the Akashic records, if you could go into the future. Although the future is so quirky because it's free will, and it can.
You know what
I
you know
mean,
what the future
generally. Hmm?
the future looks like to me, if I had to look at the energy of the future, right? I'm looking into the future, and it's shooting stars constantly. And each
But
time
you
a
were
shooting
blown up and we're
star,
in space.
yeah, each time a shooting star, and I think that there's ideas that come. That's what I'm seeing as ideas. And every time an idea or a shooting star comes through, it kind of makes like a ripple effect in the future, right?
Mhm.
However, I can do a trajectory, like even if minimal amount of energy changes in this, the trajectory of that is going to be this. And
Right,
that is where we come into predicting the future. I'm like, if nothing changes, nothing
right.
changes, right? And
Well,
nothing
as I tell
changes.
people
This
too,
is
it's like we can do timelines, but we're reading the energy of that moment. And anybody at any time could do something free will that could change, like Kamala, she won. Everybody was saying she was going to win. She did win. Free
I know.
will dictated it was stolen, right? So that's that kind of thing. Like, we can give you a timeline, it might change in a week just because of whatever somebody else does. So it's
Well,
it's timeline.
we like to ignore the power of manipulation. And there's
Mhm.
some serious power in manipulation, whether you call it free will or whatever. Free will is a Bible saying, and I'm not really on board with the word free and will, because it's not free for one. And they
Always pay a price.
yeah, yeah, there's always a price to that. And will means that there's no defense against it, and there's always
Sure,
defense against somebody's
sure.
will. So
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of free will, but I do believe that we as human beings uh, n- forget the power behind manipulation. We forget the power behind somebody lying. We forget the power behind somebody speaking up first. As you see, the Republicans are fantastic at shooting the information out what they want the narrative to be first.
Their messaging is we really need to.
They really know how to get it out there first, because they know that they're people who are not apparently complicated, will believe what they say.
Yeah. Complete Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
even so in Portland, right? They're I mean, trying to say we're burning down and places can't like. I'm specifically posting pictures on my so people can see like no fire, no trauma, no drama, right? Just so people can see what actually is going on. I even have people within my state that send me messages going, "How can you work downtown? It's such chaos." I'm like, I work here. You think, I mean, like I walk to work in the dark, I go home in the dark, and I feel perfectly fine, right?
Yeah.
But they put on this production value because they've embedded like 5 of their, social media, whatever, to go live. And every time on their thumbnail, it's like this chaos, Portland chaos, riots, fire is on the thumbnail. And then what happens is when it goes dark, they come out as a solid group, and they start shooting all this gas to make it really foggy. And so you can only see like a couple of helmets through the fog. And that's what they film of. Oh my God, it's chaos. And look, you can barely see the bodies in amongst the smoke. And they'll pick one person, and they'll go up, and 4 people will grab a limb, and they'll pick them up and they'll drag them off. And then they charge them with some bogus crime or whatever. And that's what they do. It's total theater production. We just lost Sheila. Oh no, Sheila. Oh, maybe. Are you there? Hold on. We're experiencing technical difficulties tonight. Maybe. Oh, Sheila. We'll see if she comes back. Oh, I hear you. I don't see you. Are you there? Okay, hold on. I'm going to remove her and see if she comes in. So, oh my goodness. So, hi everybody. Thank you again for being here and for joining us. Oh my gosh. The Presidential Emergency Operations Center is located under the East Wing. Is this correlated to the destruction? Oh, well, that's a good question. Interesting. Let's see. I'll get my dusting rods for this. The Presidential Emergency Operations Center is located under the East Wing. Is this correlated to the destruction of the East Wing at all? No, not really. Doesn't say so. So, okay. Oh, I think she's gone. Okay. It's just going to be one of those nights with our live. Let's see here. Go back then. Okay. So, I have a Halloween deck. Woo! I'm going to draw an oracle card for Halloween deck and see what the general message is for everybody from my Halloween deck. We'll see if Sheila comes back. Thanks, everybody, for hanging with our technical difficulties. It is sometimes a challenge. We try. Okay, what's a general message for everybody? For the collective. Okay, these always involve a story. Sometimes I can figure them out. Sometimes I want to read. So let's see what this one says. Hold on. Okay. We have owl. Owl. Wise seeing and wise action. Silent winged and wise, all-seeing creature of the night. Show me the way. I will follow you in flight. It indicates the need for wise counsel or further information before you make a decision. Considered action is warranted. Think before you act emotionally and ensure you think strategically, not impulsively. This may have to do with protests. or life in general. This applies to you. Maybe step back, sometimes it's really easy to get stuck in the emotional mind. Try to step back and get into the logical mind on that. So owl is the collective message. And then I have hard truths. We'll pull a hard truth for F45 and see what he gets. So, and if you haven't, even though this has been a little bit of chaos, please hit the like button. And, maybe next time we'll figure it out on our end, but please hit the like and subscribe to both Sheila, Celtic Tarot Sheila, and myself if you haven't already. We appreciate it. Helps get us out there. So what's for F45? Interesting. Fear of your power. I wouldn't have guessed that he would be afraid of his own power. I think he thinks he's more powerful than he is. This says power has been quietly developing inside of you, waiting to be claimed, but fear is stopping you. Oh, maybe that's us in relation to F45. That could be the people, because we're trying to be all nice and cordial and all of that. So, yeah. It's time to own your strength and unleash your magic. I think that's for the people up against F45. That's what I think. Oh, interesting. Foggy Ozark, you and Sheila go way back. Ooh, so you have all the good stories. Nice. Yes, Sharon, thank you. Hit the like and subscribe, hit the bell to get all the notifications. Also, after the live, if you guys could go back in the comments and leave at least 7 character comments. Apparently 7 is the magic number. At least 7 character comments. Could be emojis, could be words, doesn't matter. That helps with the algorithm too, apparently. So that's what we're always helpful. We try. Helps us, And then we both have membership opportunities as well, both Celtic Tarot Sheila and myself. Please check those out if you haven't already as well. So, all right, I have time for one more card pull. I'll do, what is it? It's, this is the box. Oceans of Wisdom. I'm going to do Oceans of Wisdom. These are really cool cards. And then I'm going to hop off and go over to Golden Girls Coffee Clatch with Marina at Heart Centered Tarot. So please follow over there. I will be there with Marina and Cleo the Seer. We are Golden Girls. Well, I'm just the cousin apparently. So let's see. General message for everybody. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sticking with us too. All right. Sheila and I like our politics. Oh, it's trying to get to something. Ooh. Neptune's Palace. This is for the collective. Neptune's Palace. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It says, let the currents of divine guidance lead you to your true purpose. Okay. So the currents, meaning like water currents. So same thing. You can have spiritual currents, the energy that flows through. Listen to your divine guidance and let it lead you to your true purpose and your true path. So, okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Please like, share, subscribe, both my channel and Celtic Tarot Sheila. Thank you for your patience tonight. And we will see you all again soon. All right. Thank you. Peace out.